of course, let me get myself together here. So welcome, and you all know I would start off with a greeting of Eke San to my Georgia listeners and Odaro to my Nigerian listeners, where it's actually 9 p.m. There. But this is our April the 7th show, and our topic today is healthcare, personal care, and beauty. And we're excited about our actually someone who's going to be joining us shortly on the show. But it's the new season of Issues and Answers with yours truly Honorable Mrs. Valencia Stovall. And today is Monday, April the 7th. And, you know, today we have, with this whole month, you might as well be expecting April showers because they have to bring May flowers. So you're listening for the next hour to WCEG Network. We are the worldwide community empowerment group where we speak life into the community. And we are speaking live into the community. You can log on WCEGTalkRadio.com. You can watch us on live on smart TV, on Roku, cable channel, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. You can subscribe to our free YouTube channel, WCEG Network. Like us on Facebook and Instagram. Connect with us on LinkedIn, TikTok, and Threads. You can download our free mobile apps. We're also on Alexa. And you can say, play WCEG Talk Radio. And you can listen to WCEG on any of our 12 podcast distribution platforms that we have. And I must give this disclaimer. The topics and opinions of those of the show hosts and guests and not of WCEG Network. Thank you for your continued support, and make sure you tell a friend. I want to start off with a brief moment of silence for those who are no longer with us physically, and for those who are everything is just not going all right for them right now, and whether that's physical or mental. You know, there are a lot of unprecedented events that are taking place and happening across the world. So my motivation to you is to keep the faith, because we know God is in control and he stays in control. I want to say congrats to the UConn women basketball champs, and an honorable mention to South Carolina Gamecocks with the coach Don Staley. That was a great game. I was a little disappointed, of course, because South Carolina didn't win, but it's all good. You know, it's great when you see those two top teams playing. They were the top two teams in the nation. So that was the finals on yesterday. Yesterday. Special shout out to LSU and Ole Miss. Those are my other two teams that I like. And so I have it on my to-do list to attend one of those three teams, their games a little later on when season starts back up. Another congratulations to newly elected Forest Park City Councilwoman Dolores Nguon. I met Dolores back when she actually was running for mayor back about 4 years ago. So this was a special election for her, and so I want to give a big congratulations to her for now elected to be an elected official. Deciding to be an elected official is not easy. So congratulations, Councilwoman Dolores Nguon, and all of those who helped to get her to the victory of where she's at now. And also a special shout out to the WCEG family Crikey Radio Award. We won this award again. It's dealing with our platform that we utilize, one of the platforms. And so we won the special award recognition. So shout out to all the WCEG hosts, my colleagues on this network, and to Penny Rogers and those others who are behind the scenes like Vivian and some other people. So thank you all for the great work that you do to helping us to get our voice out into the communities, not just locally, but worldwide. Okay. So we have another exciting show for you today. Some districts are, of course, on spring break. So to all the educators, enjoy your week break, and to the families, be safe and try to go somewhere, even if it's still somewhere within your community. You know, not all places you have to pay for, there's a cost. But you want to do something special this spring break. There's so much going on. So just go do something special this spring break. And sign and die was this past Friday, and that's the last day of legislative session after 40 days. And so I'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show and some other things a little later. But right now, I'm excited about my show today. I'm interviewing a lady I met through my time that I spent with the Cambodian community when I was a state rep. She is also one of my Facebook friends. Her name is Chantha Nguon, and you had to make sure you correct me, Chantha, if I had it pronounced wrong. And during all of my posts about the Georgia Single Parent Day, she inboxed me to ask how she can help, and of course, I was ecstatic and she became very involved on some of our planning meetings. And when we went down to the state capitol, she was there, and also at our banquet, she was there and helping to support us through sponsorship for what she did. And in the midst of our conversation, she told me about some products, health products that she knew that she was working with, helping other people to know about. And so dealing with healthcare, personal care, and beauty products. So I said, well, you know what? I'd be interested in knowing a little bit more about it because we didn't get a chance to talk a whole lot during a single parent event, y'all. But I wanted, so I asked her to be my guest on Issues and Answers today. So welcome, Chantha, who is a Sharon Rose Master in Atomy Products consultant. So welcome to Issues and Answers.
Thank you so much, Ms. Stovall. It's my honor to be here. Thank you so much.
Yes, and so we're gonna jump right into the conversation. So tell us, who is Chantha and how did you find out about is it autonomy or atomy?
It's called Atomy.
And I got it all wrong, y'all. That I made up a whole nother pronunciation for it. Atomy, and that led you to being a consultant.
Yes. So, hello everyone. My name is Chantha Nguon. I am a Sharon Rose Master with Atomy. Well, I get to know about this Atomy because of I background a little bit about myself. I used to be a medical assistant, worked with Northside for 15 years. But because of work related and stress with many other surrounded working, I became to have medical issues with myself is blood pressures issues. So with that, one good friend of mine introduced me to Atomy's products, which is Hemohem. The Hemohem is a natural plant base that are well known through globally. Right now, we are number one uh, flags products that globally are well known about that product. So I had used it myself for 6 months first, just to test it out because I wanted to make sure as a working in the medical field, you want to make sure you are using the right products and be safe for the people of you're caring about, you see. So after I use it for 6 months, my blood pressure just went to completely normal. So as for now, I am 55 years old. I'm not on any medications at all. That's why Atomy, I wanted to share to people how great of the product is to help and save many lives out there. Now we all know that this is let not confuse that this is not a medical product that treats patient. This we don't want to claim that it's just a natural supplement, foods functional. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so you said that when you use the product and you end up seeing the results for yourself. And so what being that you could have used some other things, how did that conversation even go with you and your doctor, being that you might have been on blood pressure medicine, and then now decided not to be on not no now that your blood pressure reduced, that now you don't need those particular pills. So how did that conversation go with your doctor?
Well, when I start taking this, the Hemohim Atomy products, I did not consult with my doctor. I just decided to use it for myself because even though during the time when I use the Hemohim, I still use my doctor prescription because not a lot dosage, but I just kind of weans myself off. But once I my blood pressure is back to normal, I went to have an office visit, and he asked me, "What did I do to not have any more blood pressure issues?" So I told him exactly what I did. I told him this is what I use, and he said, "Well, whatever you're using, it's doing a great job. Continue doing it." So he's he actually agreed that's fine. You can continue using it. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And what are some of the things that even once you kind of shared with other people in your family and in your community about the benefits and how it kind of changed for you? What were some of the other people? What were some of the your other clients? What were some of the things that they were saying and how it benefited them? Because we're in the age where you see so many commercials, of course, on your TV, on the internet, and all of that, and everybody's looking forward to living a much more healthier life than what we presently have now. And so, how was it that how what were some of the things that even some of your clients said to you, or even to get them to be able to say, yes, this is something that I'm interested in utilizing, or I want to try it?
Well, basically, I'm a good listener. So every time I meet with new client, I will listen to the story, what I could do to help them. So when I start hearing the story about issuing the problem, I will not suggest, but I will show them the product that I will love to help them to make them feel better because um, I know, as you mentioned earlier, we had so many plant-based out there, but question is which one to choose the right one. With Atomy, it's all about the absolute quality and the absolute price because we have a technology that purification technology that extracts all the toxics out and put only the absolute quality, best quality into the product. So with client when they in danger of their health, they looking for something because when they using prescription, many other prescription that they are on, they just they just sometimes they just feels like they wanted to do something better. And they now in a day, as you said, we are looking for something that more healthier to your lifestyle. So when I mentioned about the product that this company has been 57 country global worldwide that been recognizing the products already. So when I mentioned to them, it's about trust and trust in relationships. And when you build that trust relationship, and that's how I get into my client start purchasing the products.
Mm. So what can you share with us, like what client or what individual may have had that's kind of really may have been a really scary situation with his or her health, and what was that particular issue that they were having, that they saw that there were some changes that were made with trying the is it you said him?
Yes, him or him. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Him or him, it's stands for hemo stand for hemoglobins. H is stand for hypothesis, hypopiosis. I'm sorry, hypopiosis, and I is for immunes, which is all of this. It come to have with your immune, boost your immune stronger. So I have one testimony story telling one of my members that been through using the products, and I can tell you she's been having diagnosed with thyroid cancer. So
Mm.
with that thyroid cancer, you know that it's going through chemotherapies and a lot of medications going on. With that thyroid cancer, she had a surgeries, remove her thyroid on her left side, and then going through therapy, her immune is so weak after the chemo. She just sleep and don't want to do anything because her every time you're doing a chemo, your cell, your red blood cell, your white blood cell, your NK cell, it just drop. It's so weak that you just lost of everything. You don't want to do anything. You're getting so weak. So when a friend introduced her the hemohim, she, of course, with that stage, you're willing to try anything to be back to normal life
Right.
again. You see, so when a friend introduced it to her, she started use the products. After 2 weeks later, her strength, her energy start to getting better and better. And when she started using it, she started to realize that she had her mindset's more motivated to do things, and she can go around doing back to normal, like working again and more
Mhm.
active with her children. So that's one of the reason that Hemohim, it's just some people start using it. Some people will get result quicker. Is everybody is differently, you see. So with her case, after she used it for a years later, she's start to see the different how Atomy's hemohim can do to her body. Not just hemohim alone, we have many other supplements from skincares to housewares products that you can use, and it's very safe to use it around the house and daily necessity, skincares as well. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I know there's so many more cases of cancer, so many more than 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And like you talked about with the hemoglobin, everything is resulted to something that's dealing with your blood. Um, in your body. And so, is this particular product, is it something, when you say a supplement, sometimes I think about like a tablet, or is it like a tea, or how is it ingested into the body?
Well, if you're talking about the hemohim, it's a liquid form, and I can show it to you. This is what our hemohims look like. It's a liquid form like this, and then I can show it to you. And looking like small package, and you can just take it out
Okay.
and drink it. It's 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 not the best taste of ever, but it's anything that tastes bad is good for you. Anything that tastes good is bad for your body. You know that. So with this, best way is to put in the fridge nice and cold, and you drink it in the morning. And it's like a liquid form, like a prune juice to me. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you don't have to mix it with anything else. You could just drink it straight from, because I know some products you mix it with water, shake it up, and drink it, and so with this particular one, you're just drinking it straight from the package.
Yes, either you can drink straight from the package, or some people they might not like the taste, so they mix with the smoothie. That's another way you can
Oh,
do that
okay.
as well. Mhm.
Okay, okay. Now you mentioned some things about skincare, and I know in now with it being the type of weather that having, you have so many allergies that usually come up during this time, and then you have some people with very sensitive skin. I know at times my skin gets sensitive depending on the time of the year. It becomes very dry, and also you may have some people that suffer from eczema, the skin. So what are some of the like the that you've seen as examples of the skincare product that's been used, and what is it that makes it that people are not easily irritated with putting it on their skin?
Well, with skincare, I have to say that back to Hemohim again, because Hemohim is a supplement that you take it, it's take care of your inside. You gotta
Okay.
fix what's inside first. You see, Dr. Stovall? It's like when you take care of from your inside, balance everything's out, and then you start using the right skincare. We have the skincare, it's like a very great skincare. We have from problem skin to acne skin to sensitive skin. So we have a variety of skincare with the technology that we use. It's like I said, it's a purification technology that we use from raw green material to put the technology into the skincare. And when you use it, you can see your skin start changing. Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. And yeah, because that was one of my questions I had was, would it products being safe for all body structures? Because and then you have different skin types, and then of course you have people that are on medication, with that. And so that was one of the questions, that I was going to ask about the Atomy. I hate to write down how to pronounce it. Atomy. With
Atomy. Mhm.
Atomy. I still got it wrong. Okay. I don't know. I got it in my head as autonomy, I guess, because it looked like A and Tom. Okay. But yeah, so that was the question about those particular products as far as the adaptation to the different body structures, skin type, and of course, people on medication.
Um, with medications, uh, many people ask that question. I'm not surprised because first thing they afraid of is, okay, I'm on a medication. Can I take the supplement? Can I use the skincare? Yes, you can, because like you mentioned about eczema skincare or allergies problem right now in the season for allergy, when you start using the right supplement that I recommended to you, which is the Hemohim probiotic, of course, is a must. You have to clean and detox everything out through your guts area, and that's how you clean your bowel movement. So when you start preparing your inside so clean and removing all these toxics out, your skin start to clears out and your eczema start to clears out. And with the skincare that we have, you can use it. You will see the huge difference what it does when you start taking care from your insides first. And with the skincare I have like I use right now, it's that we call absolute skincare, which we have from serum to ampoule to eye cream, night cream, everything. It's like I said, once you start taking care from the inside with omega-3, vitamin C, it's people are going to use that anyway. But if you turn around to use with Atomy, you will see the differences will make your skin different changing, and also your energies level, your immune start getting better and preventing yourself from having cancer in the future. So if you are having a cancer, even have cancer treatment right now, when you use the Hemohim, the probiotics, the omega-3, all of these products, it will
Mhm.
see your body start changing. Your cells getting stronger, your blood cell, your white cell, your oxygenated through your whole system, basically.
Oh, okay. And you talked a little bit about, the whole probiotics, and how all of that is sort of starting on the inside and then working itself self out. So can you talk a little bit more even about the probiotics and how that's important for a good um, gut health? And like you said, and even with, if you have another, had another client that was able to experience the difference in their gut performance as well.
Probiotic, I know America had well known about probiotics, but our probiotic, even though it says made in USA, our US probiotic it has we have prebiotic and probiotic combine it together. So with those combining with our probiotic, it's a powder form. Let me see if I have it. I can show you. It's you see that it's like this. It's a
Mhm.
powder form. It's in a small package. It's so convenient, easy to go travel side or you busy tight schedule. I'm sure you already on the road on the go. So it's so convenient. You can just tear it and put it in your mouth like a candy. And with this probiotic, it works so well to clean your guts area because you don't know how long you've been eating all this food and the food is in the guts that stays there for so long and it's not removed properly, but you use our US probiotic, it will surely does the job. It will detox whatever that you had in your system for so long. It will detox it, your guts, and every morning it will cleanse it out because people were doing something about cleansing. They do juicing to clean the system, but if you use the US probiotic with Atomy, you see the difference. You will see when you woke up in the morning, you it removes it out with your bowel movement. It removes
Mhm.
all these bad bacteria that stay there for so long, and then it also help you to lose weight on your guts area because think about this: you had it so long, it just stay there. But
Mhm.
with the US probiotic, it will remove everything out and you feel so clean, so refreshed in the morning because it just remove all this old food that you had it in your intestine.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to ask about the weight loss part because that's another thing that many people struggle with is losing weight and then maintaining a good um weight balance. And so like I said, you're always looking for products and trying to figure out what's best for that. So yeah, I was going to definitely ask about the weight loss portion of about it.
So good question. Thank you for doing asking that question. With weight loss, we do have a product called apple venom. I'm sorry, I don't have that with me. Apple venom is a jelly sticks that made out of with two sticks like a jelly stick that you can carry around. Like I mentioned earlier, it's so convenient. You can just with two sticks, it has 22 granny apples in there. So when
Oh
you're
wow.
eating that apple venom with the jelly stick, you eat it will suppress your hunger and also burn the area that you don't need it. It will give you inches, losing in inches. And when it comes to that, use probiotic along with it, it will does the job together. And that's how you get a result. And maintaining your health is not going to be something that like you lose weight and then next thing you know you gain it back. No,
Right, right.
right. With this product, it will maintain it for you as long as you continue taking it. And as you know, supplement is like a food. Like you're gonna eat every day eating food. Supplement is just like the food also. It's just you have to continue taking it in order to see keep maintaining your results. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, thank you so very much for sharing all of that. Is there anything else before we close out? Because I have another part of the show that I get into, and you're definitely welcome to stay on when I talk about the other segment of the show. Is there anything else that you would like to share with the listening audience? About I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna say a Atomy.
Yes,
Did I get it right? Okay.
you
All
got
right.
it.
Keep writing it down. Or or any other, the products that you all are have available for people. Is anything else, or even any kind of tidbit, any health tidbit that you would like to give to anybody since you have been you were formerly in the healthcare field?
Well, my tips for health being with Atomy, it's like you are yourselves to invest with your own health. If you invest with your health, that's just a legacy passed on to your generation because it starts from you. If you start eating a good, healthy lifestyle, your kids will be becoming just like you also. It's all about health conscious because I see generations right now, it's so much that we had so much chemical food out there that you don't realize how bad it is. So I just hoping that Atomy company will help people to understand that if you starting from yourself eating healthy lifestyle, your generation will do the same thing. And that's just something that an education for your children to living a healthy lifestyle. And as you get to older, you don't have to a burden to your children that they have to take care of you. So you
Mhm.
can be enjoying your life, getting retired, enjoying your health, and enjoying your life out there being healthy instead of a burden to your children that they have to take care of you. And when you start doing that, your kids gonna be healthy and they enjoying their life just like you do. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So if someone wanted to reach out to you to get some more information, what can you tell them how they could be able to reach out to you?
Yes, please. Reach out to me on my personal phone. It's I'm gonna give out my number. It's 470-800-4782. And then my email address also, if anybody wanted to reach out through my email, it's gonna be C like Cindy, N like Nancy, G like a girl, U like umbrella, O is an orange, N is Nancy, 0217 at gmail.com. You can reach me both way. I'm available anytime, and I'd be happy to have anybody have any question or concern about any Atomy products or health. I'd be happy to answer any question.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Shanta, for joining us today. And again, really appreciate all of your support and help, even on the planning committee, assisting us with the Georgia Single Parent Day for our 2-day event. And I know that being able to have single parents overall, but especially single parents to have a healthy mind and healthy body, is very important in making sure that our young people, that their children are able to go to school, they're able to go to work. So it makes a lot of sense um, for that to take place. So we definitely appreciate that. Now, I did have a question about just this is a personal question. It's not a hard question. But what brought you to Georgia?
Oh God, yes, thank you for asking that. It's a life-changing opportunity. So as an immigration, my mom, my brother, and I, just the three of us, lived in the refugee camp, Thailand, for 5 years. With
Wow.
those 5 years is a brutal, brutal 5 year with refugee camp in Thailand. So when my mom decide to come because we heard about coming to America is the land of the free land is your free willing speech, you know.
Mhm.
So with that, nothing can stop her. She just risked her life to take us come to the state back in 1986. When I first came in 1986, it's I was 16 already. So it's
Mm,
a life changing because I had to learn from ground zero. Okay, I have no English first of all.
mm.
And second thing was, to me, everything is new and scary. So I have basically put my whole heart, my whole life learning the American tradition, American style, and which I am still learning, of course. And this is the land of the free, which is great opportunity for everyone to be holding your own future, your own dream, your own vision. That's why we are very forever grateful to America. That's why we are here.
Wow, thank you. That I didn't know about that story, and I know we hear a lot about individuals in the refugee camp and how difficult it is, and I think just to be able to escape that and taking the chance to come to a country where, of course, you don't speak the language, you don't know you understand the culture. So I think that, that's outstanding, very brave, for your mom to have taken that risk to bring her family here. And then now, you been here, like you said, since 16, and still, trying to make sure that you're helping others to be able to take advantage of things that we have here in America. Even though we got some crazy stuff going on around right now, but at the end of the day, it's still America. And so okay, well, thank you for sharing that. I was meaning to ask that question early on, and then as we were talking, I said, well, let me ask her, because I always like to know. I'm always interested in international things, and so I always like to know what bring people to Georgia, not necessarily to America, but what brought them actually to Georgia out of all the states. People end up being here in Georgia.
Yes, yes, I know. When we didn't even choose Georgia, to be honest with you. My mom has a friend that came to to Georgia first before we came to the United States. So when her friend sponsored us to live in Georgia, we was like, "What Georgia? We don't even know what Georgia is." So when we came to Georgia, it's just I tell you a sad story and funny as well. When we first came in Georgia is not in November 6th, 2000, 1986. I'm sorry, November 6th, 1986. Back then, the tree was like no leaf, no nothing, right? It's just so like dead, the tree. So you know what my mom said? Oh my God, Chanta, I think I make a big mistake to come to the United States, to Georgia, because poor country, look at all the trees all dead, and no one even use the tree for cutting to cook. You know how we use tree to cook and everything. So that's how my mom see that. How did America leave all these trees standing? What if it fall and no one and can be injury to everyone else? So when she asked me that, I have no idea until springs come, all these leaves are blowing and the flower are growing, and she's like, "Oh, now I love America." It's
That is,
funny, yeah.
yeah. I learned when I went to Nigeria that they don't have the many seasons that we have here in America. And so when I was talking to my husband there, and I was talking about, yeah, it's fall. Then we have, winter. Then we have spring, and then summer. He's like, y'all have all of those different seasons. And he said, yeah, we only have two seasons, dry and wet season. That's it. So, yeah, so to even hear you say, kind of the same thing that your mother witnessed here in America, it is funny, and so I think that's why it's always good to get to know people with other cultures, and to embrace and respect people in their different cultures from where they come from. And that's how you learn about different things, and you learn to get along with each other. And that's one of the things I enjoyed with working even with the Cambodian community. They were very warm, embracing, me and I participated in a lot of their different ceremonies, and whatever I didn't understand, I was asking questions all the time about what is this? What does that mean? What did they say? So again, thank you, Chantha, for being on Issues and Answers, and I look forward to reaching back out to you after the show to kind of see about checking out some of the products, myself as well. So we'll definitely be in touch, and I know we'll be in touch again about the Georgia Single Parent event, and then whatever else I have that's going on as well. So thank you again, and if you want to stay on the show, you can. If not, I usually change gears and go into another part of the segment. So thank you so very much again.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Stovall, for inviting me. It's my honor, and it's my privilege to be with you. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to share what I have known. Thank you.
All right.
I like to hear what you say.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay. All right, you this is I would say what? This is time in the show where we talk about those things that are usually unimaginable and make you want to shout and say, what? Say what to the what? Some things you just can't even believe that it happened. So, of course, the House Democrats did an active walkout on day 39 at the Georgia State Capitol. So, for those who are not familiar with what happens down at the state capitol, we have there 40 days of legislative session where you have elected leaders from all across the state. They're in session, which means they are creating and changing laws for 40 days. It's not 40 days straight, but it's 40 days out of the year. And so it normally ends the first part of April. And so the 39th day, which would have been April the 2nd, because the last signing day was April the 4th, it was April the 2nd. They decided to do a walkout, which means that anytime there's a bill that comes up for a vote, each doesn't matter what party you're a part of, you're expected to give a vote, either yes or no. And so another option you have is you can do an excuse absence, or you could just don't do anything about the vote. So they decided to take a walk, which means they did not make a vote yes or no. Now there were, I think, two Dems that did vote no against the bill. And the bill was dealing with health care, providing certain health care services in the state prison. In the bill, it mentions about sex change, if there was inmates that wanted to have a sex change, and some other things that were in the bill. And just so y'all know, no legislation is usually straightforward. It's very rare that you will find any legislation that they're voting on that's cut and dry, straightforward. There's always other language in there. So there may be parts in the bill you agree with, while there are other parts that you don't agree with. And as an elected official, which I had to do many times, was decide which one was more important for me, the part that I do agree with or the part I don't agree with. And then and you making that vote. But to me, in my opinion, that was that I don't agree with them doing the walkout at that particular time on day 39. If you're going to make a statement or make awareness happen, why not have been doing it periodically throughout the whole legislative session? Because there were more than just that one bill that was a troublesome bill, according to what the Democrats or even general people would have said. So I don't think that was, in my opinion, a good strategy for that. And I think overall with the party, they're going to have to come up with a better strategy. They have not had a statewide candidate that has been elected statewide, except for the two U.S. senators. But when I say statewide, I mean on the state level, like a governor, lieutenant governor, there's constitutional officers. In that, we have not had that in the state of Georgia. And so there needs to be better strategy that's in place, and the messaging for the party has to change. And also I want to put in there that say what to the what. So them walking out was a say what to the what. So there are videos out there. You all can check them out and look at them. The chair of the Democratic Party also resigned, which is about time. She shouldn't even have accepted the nomination as a sitting congresswoman anyway. It was a disservice to the constituents, which I was one of her constituents. And because the Dems lost a statewide presidential election in 2024, there's a lot of reworking and restructuring they have to do. And of course, there were in the news, there were some words between and Senator Ossoff about her not being the chair when his election comes up in 2026. So there's going to be something to definitely pay attention to, and that's to say what to the what. Yeah, so now they're looking for a new chair. So who's going to be? It's going to be it's going to be interesting to see who's going to have to take that reign and lead the party. But you know what? Between parties, your head is like you looking at a 10 lane, because it's going backward to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. So it's not that either party is doing an outstanding job, because they're not. But You just have to pay attention and you have to read between the lines. Don't take everything you see on the surface. There's always something more to what you see when it deals with politics. Also, in the say what to the what is accountability is the key. And this is not just in Washington, D.C., it's not just on our state level, but also in your city council, your city, and your county. There are a lot of things even going on the city level and county level. They got these elected officials have to reset. It's too much. There's a recent news going on. I'm not even going to get into the recent news in local cities that's been going on. But you as residents have to stay involved and ask questions because those elected officials, and everybody that's running, sure going to bother you and ask you questions come election time, which is we got an election coming up this year for a lot of the cities and the city council members. And then next year, of course, is a gubernatorial race, the lieutenant governor, all the constitutional officers, and the state elected officials, and also in Washington, D.C. for the House of Rep and the U.S. Senate this time. Will actually one of them will be up for re-election. So you got to just pay attention. I have a few announcements. So that's to say what to the what. Yeah, those are things that you want to know about, but you can't believe it's happening. For announcements, the Clayton Collaborative, we had our meeting for March, and we talked about nutrition. And this is a group that I'm the facilitator where we bring leaders together in business, nonprofit, community, elected officials, um, to and I said nonprofits. Okay, to talk about how to be able to improve nutrition, physical activity, and food access. And so we meet as leaders to come up with solutions that we could present and try to combat the negativity that's going on and the challenges in those areas. So our next meeting will be April the 23rd. It's on a Wednesday. We meet the fourth Wednesday at 1 o'clock at the Northwest Library in Clayton County. Our topic is you're still hanging on that nutrition. It's going to be school nutrition and food repurposing. And we believe that we've been talking about this for quite a few months about how can school districts utilize the food that some kids don't want instead of throwing it away during the lunchtime or breakfast. Can they do a shared table where the kids, if you don't want the fruits or the vegetables or whatever, you put it on the table, don't throw it away. And then that allows other kids who may want it to go then to pick it up, to get those items off the table. And then we have such a huge homeless population. And for those who don't know the definition when it comes to homeless, it's not someone who's staying outside on the in the woods or on the side of the street, or you see them on the bench. The homeless is not having a home of your own that you're responsible for taking care of, paying for that particular bill. So we have a lot of kids in our school districts that are homeless, a lot of families. And we found that a lot of them are in need of food all the time. And not just our young people, of course, we have seniors, but right now I'm kind of talking about school nutrition. So we have to be able to come up with some solutions that will allow us to take advantage of our taxpayer money that's used to purchase the food and that is not wasted. And then even if it gets down to maybe some of the school districts do composting, where they're collecting that leftover food and then giving it to a local community garden somewhere that they can be able to use it to put it back into the soil to be able to like I said, repurpose it. And there may be a way that for some of those families, like sometimes at some schools, on the week before on that Friday, they give out little goodie bags to the kids to be able to take home because um, um, many kids usually what they're eating at school is only the first time um, that they have a really good full meal. And so we just have to kind of look at that. And I think that there was some things that the state legislature should have been looking at as well. As far as what do we do when those kids are at home, or we call it out of school time, when they're not in school, and that could be the summer, that could be the weekend. Like right now, many of them are on spring break. So what are those kids eating? What's going on with them when they're not in that school, in those school buildings? So we'll be kind of talking about that at our next meeting on the 23rd. And so all of you all are definitely welcome to come to the meeting. We're almost at our time at the top of the hour. I was skimming to make sure I didn't miss anything. I did want to give a shout out to Commissioner DeMont Davis in Clayton County. He is spearheading the creation of an actual website that will list the food pantries in Clayton County. And it's called ClaytonAssist.org. ClaytonAssist.org. So right now they are asking any food pantries that are in Clayton County to go to their website to sign up to register your food pantry. So they haven't gotten the whole complete list yet. So don't y'all rush to go find the food pantries yet. So they're still collecting the information. But I would like to say that was a conversation that was talked about in one of our Clayton Collaborative meetings last year. So, anytime we're able to, like I said, find solutions, and then we're able to see it come to fruition, that's good, because we don't like to meet just to meet. But anyway, we're excited about our next show. It's going to be on April the 21st at 4 o'clock. So you all tune back in for new information, new people, and new conversations on issues and answers. And you all be safe. And until the next time we see you, be blessed.